6 people battle it out and smear each other and ruin each other's lives, and then just pull out some clean person in the last round.
I think
go, no, I'm actually running.
Swap them out.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
It's actually a pretty solid plan when you think about it, right?
Yeah.
Because you have them all fucking flinging dirt the whole time, and then you just pop up and go, yeah, what about me, though? These guys, look at all these guys. Look at all their dirt. Everybody's ruined each other by then.
Here's a video of Joe Biden telling Hispanic voter to vote for Trump because he's losing his mind.
For those 8 years, there were 3 million people that were deported and separated from their families. Yeah. We had this classification of families.
Well, you should vote for Trump.
Families.
You should vote for Trump.
No, I'm not included it. But I want to make sure that immigrant families and people like Sylvia are not afraid.
What an old... She was being mean. Okay, let's hear this again.
Over those 8 years, there were 3 million people that were deported and separated from their families. Yeah. We had this classification of families.
Well, you should vote for Trump.
Families.
You should vote for Trump.
I'm not included it. But I want to make sure that immigrant families and people like Sylvia.
So this guy sounds like he's probably some legal immigrant active. Like he doesn't sound like he sounds like he's arguing.
It's because he said no, I'm not voting for Trump. I think he's talking about Joe that he's not doing enough. That he's not going to do enough for illegal immigrants. I think that's the point he's arguing. Because let's listen to what he's saying again.
For those 8 years, there were 3 million people that were deported and separated from their families. We had this classification of families.
Well, you should vote for Trump.
Families.
You should vote for Trump.
I'm not included.
But he's saying you have this classification of families and this, like that's what's confusing me. Like I don't know what this guy's issue is or where he stands, but if you really want to be president, you're not just going to like turn your back to somebody and be like, go vote for Trump then.
Sure that immigrant families and people like Sylvia are not afraid. And you have the power as a candidate to actually commit to stop all deportations from day one to executive.
Okay, so he is a hardcore Mexican.
No deportations. Open borders. Whatever you guys want. Everything's yours. Who cares? So here's the thing. Biden isn't extreme enough. Biden's one of the same people who said that he thinks illegal immigrants should get medical coverage. He said it. 100%
and
covered.
He's still not fucking lefty enough.
He is still not enough.
Chris Tricano in the chat has a good point. Charlie Kirk was more engaged with the Groyper question.
Yeah, you're right.
Than he's even given this guy.
He turned his back on him and he walked away. I think he's just worn out.
Of action, and we want to hear you say that.
And he's gonna go. They're gonna vote.
This is a whole new world for a guy like Joe.
He's gonna say
Joe is used to Mr. Lopez, Senator Lopez's financial policies are going to destroy this country. Well, I disagree. And
that's Lieutenant Colonel Lopez.
But he's used to old Joe Biden, he's real, out of touch with you common guys. He's a real rich liberal piece of shit. That's what they're used to. They're not used to. You fucking piece of white supremacist. Get out of here, Joe. Fucking die already. Like, he's getting this weird nastiness from his own party.
Right.
And I think Joe is like, what the fuck happened to this
They
place?
set him up, too, with the impeachment. Because if the Democrats do vote to impeach him, then it goes to the Senate. And they're going to, his son's going to be on the stand. They're going to ruin his retirement years. It's his fault for running, but they're going to ruin his retirement years.
From day one to executive action, and we want to hear you say that.
I will not stop all deportations if you commit a crime that's a felony.
Not one more deportation.
So this was all the setup.
This is what I mean. He's not. This is a new world, Joe.
But you hear what he said? Let me just tell you where we are now with this fucking party. He just said, "Look, I'm still not gonna stop deportations if you did a felony." Like that is. To me, that's fucking insane that you should deport people for coming in here illegally, period. That's it. You're done. You're fucking gone. But to me, that's not enough. These people want you to even keep felons in here.
Yeah, well, here's the thing, though, right? There is this level of extremism on both sides where the left is like, no, we need to let every person from every third world shithole in here and give them CEO jobs and welfare. You're like, wait, well, we can't. This whole place is just going to collapse. And then on the far right side, you have people that are like, even legal immigrants, throw them into volcanoes.
Yeah, right.
So you got to kind of find an area where you go, okay, can we at least agree to deport the people that are here illegally? Can we go back to that? If you were
The
going to
starting point.
if you were going to do a hard reset and reconfigure back to factory default settings, right? Factory default settings should be at least everyone here illegally. If you're caught, you're immediately deported.
Right.
That should be the basic thing. And I think everyone's just starting to get wildly out of control with this. And I don't think Joe's ready for this. Joe was willing to. Joe is perfect for me. That's why I enjoy Joe Biden. He is the quintessential boomer. He's the one that just kept moving the goal, like just kept indulging people, kept over-promising, kept over-indulging his kids. And now the entire country is just burning, and it's riots, and it's fuck you, we want all this. Fuck you, Dad. Like, he's the boomer now that's like, what happened? And you're like, you happened, boomer. Like, he's the boomer. He is the poster child of the boomer who just, you know what I mean? Just stole from every company and did every sleazy under the table fucking thing and fucking just sucked and fucked and, you know what I mean? Let his kids just get their fingers in every pie. And now the country is fucked.
Generation.
Everyone hates Joe Biden, but he's like, Joe Biden is your parent that took a reverse mortgage on the house and died and left the family nothing. That's Joe Biden. And now he's having to deal with like, fuck you, boomer. And he's like, but I got to deport some people. Fuck you, boomer. You know, and it's just like, it's it. You created this, Joe.
Imagine coming into and look, Joe's an idiot, but imagine coming into this fucking country, right? And coming into this country illegally, right? Using our systems. A lot of these people are where was this at? I'm not sure where this was at. Coming into this country illegally, using everything, whatever. And listen, I'll be honest with you. The way I used to see it, that we had a really, really good process, right? And you tell me what you think. But I'm talking like, let's say, right before 9/11, a little bit after 9/11, there's a time frame. Look, I think there was a lot of even Republicans that would go, look, there's going to be illegal immigrants. It's going to happen. There's really nothing you could do about it, right? But we got to do something.
We got to put on a show.
It's crime if you're doing fucking crime. If you get caught, if you fucking crash your car into a school, like you're gone. That's it. Like that's him. I understand that. I understand that. I don't drive by Home Depots when there's illegals out there looking for work and mean mug them. Like, now, you know, a lot of them are here working. I get it.
I do. I start chanting, "You will not reply." I go into the Home Depot, buy a tiki torch. When I come back out, I start chanting, "You will not replace us."
Ironically, though, he has to hire one of the Mexicans to light it because Mike's not going to know how to do it.
I don't know how to get the. Can you get
how do you
the
put the
wrapper off?
liquid?
God damn it! You want to make $5 real quick? Help me with my
Si,
hand.
senor.
Yeah. You got to put it. You got to prime it. You just get it off. Thank you. Now get out of my country.
But the problem is that there was an ecosystem where it was like, look, man, especially the criminals. If you're in this country, right? If you're in this country and you're here illegally, it was not so much anymore, but it was kind of a crapshoot. Like you're like, I got away with it for 3 years. All right, I did pretty good. Like, yeah, let's do it again, you know? And there was this weird back and forth cat and mouse game that was played, and everything was fine. But now it's just become everybody come in this country right now, whether you want to or not, we'll pay for it. Don't worry, because we're going to tax the 300 billionaires that we have. Mm-hmm. And
this is how you end up with all the Vox Days and the Nick Fuenteses of the world. They come riding in with Pancho Villa in their 64 Impalas, mm-hmm. and they're all part of La Raza. And this is what happens.
And all the Nick-ers.
Nick-ers. See, you got to really put some emphasis on it.
Nick-ers.
Yeah. Vox.
It really is. It really is kind of. I don't. The problem with this stuff is that we're now allowing illegal immigrants to have a say in our system, and why? Why are they? Listen, I think a lot of people, most people are reasonable. I think a lot of people would be like, listen, Pedro, I'm not gonna rat you out. You're just drying cars here at the car wash. I don't care. That's fine.
I'd rather
Can you
not.
imagine now Pedro's like, no, stop all deportations and also give me health care. Like, well, fuck you, Pedro.
Yeah, I don't even think it's the illegals that are showing up to this yelling.
There's some.
I know, but it's a lot of white women.
Well, that guy wasn't a white one. That was a
No,
Mexican
but
man.
I'm saying there are a lot of white women, though. They're like, yeah, no deportations, please. It's just like, all right, but like, we have to have a system here, ladies.
Deportations. I wish there was just an ice fan just waiting outside for them.
Now you know what would be the next. You know what would be the greatest thing ever right now. He goes, all right, everyone settle down. Other people have questions. To the young man over there, and a young white guy in his suit with rosary stands up and goes, hi, Joe. It's hi. I just wanted to say, first of all, shout out America first. It's not too late, Joe. Come on. It's not too late. And Biden just starts crying as he's embraced by three groypers, and they just hug him and forgive him. Come on, Joe. Just join the others. That'd be great. The next question is just some groyper stands up and goes, it's not too late, Joe. You see what's happening? You see the craziness you've all started? It's not too late, Joe.
He is really like,
He just sobs, I'm so sorry. And they're all just hugging him, laying hands on him and shit. It's okay, Joe.
he looks so punch drunk too during the debate. Like, you sent this to me.
Vice President Biden, you've suggested in your campaign that if you defeat President Trump, Republicans will start working with Democrats again. But right now, Republicans in Congress, including...
Oh, yeah. Those talking over those dentures is hard, huh?
Hey, let Mindy Robinson finish.
It's not Mindy Robinson. This young lady is much younger than
I'm
her.
sorry, you're right.
including some of whom you've worked with for decades, are demanding investigations not only of you, but also of your son. How would you get those same Republicans to work with you?
Well, look, the next president of the United States is going to have to do two things. Defeat Donald Trump.
And not be a white man. I mean, those are the rules now, right?
That's number one. And number two, it's going to have to be able to go into states like Georgia and North Carolina and other places and get a Senate majority. That's what I'll do. You have to ask yourself up here, who is most likely to be able to win the nomination in the first place?
Honestly,
Bernie.
the podium.
Okay. I mean, if we're being fair.
Not
right?
any. Did you not see what I sent you?
Oh, well, yeah.
We'll get to that.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, if you're going to go without all of the fucking distractions.
Yeah.
Bernie would be America is now about what cartoon character you want to put up against another cartoon character.
It's like wacky races.
That's what it is. And you're going to put Bernie up against. It's like WWE. Who's the best character to complement this character? Bernie and Trump would be the best. You're a greedy billionaire. You know, like it would just make a better debate.
To win the presidency in the first place. And secondly, who is most likely to increase the number of people who are Democrats in the House and in the Senate? And by the way, I learned something about these impeachment trials. I learned, number one, that Donald Trump doesn't want me to be the nominee. That's pretty clear. He held up aid to make sure that, while at the same time, innocent people in the Donbass are getting killed by Russian soldiers.
It's over for him.
I feel bad. Like, I mean, and I know people go fuck him, but I really.
And even
there's a human part of me that I'm like this poor old man.
This is the same way I feel about Rudy Giuliani.
Yeah.
They keep bringing him out, and he's batshit insane, and he's clearly suffering from dementia. And I'm like, guys, I want to remember slightly corrupt, light fascist Rudy Giuliani of the 90s who made New York like fucking Disney World, okay? Yeah. And he did it. I want to remember that Rudy, but they keep bringing him out, and he's just like, man, nothing, collusion, robot people. What are you talking about? I'm an alien from space. Like, get him out of here. He's too old for this.
Secondly, I found out that Vladimir Putin doesn't want me to be president. So I've learned a lot about these things early on.
Is this what we're basing our election on now? What Putin doesn't want?
That's correct.
Because what Putin wants or doesn't want should be completely irrelevant to your choice.
You know what Putin wants? Let me tell you something. If you're Russian,
he wants this.
He wants this.
This is what he wants. Everything that you're doing is what he wants.
Yeah. He doesn't care who wins. He cares that there's a completely chaotic system here, and everybody is so panicked that they're calling a coconut milk mommy from Hawaii a fucking Russian agent.
It is so fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
They're being held. But the bottom line is, I think we have to ask ourselves the honest question: who is most likely to do what needs to be done? Produce a Democratic majority in the United States Senate.
And I will say, yeah, I don't watch all SNL, but somebody brought it up. Woody Harrelson doing Biden was really good.
Was it? I haven't seen it.
I'll pull up a clip.
Maintain the House.
You should be careful with them fuckers.
Trump.
Nah, we're fine with these.
We can do this without charging people raising $30-40 trillion. The fact is that right now, the vast majority of Democrats do not support Medicare for all. It couldn't pass the United States Senate right now with Democrats. It couldn't pass the House. Nancy Pelosi is one of those people who then thinks it makes sense. We should build on Obamacare, provide the plan I put forward before anybody in here, adding a Medicare option in that plan, and not make people choose. Allow people to choose, I should say. But if you go the route of my two friends on my right and my left, you have to give up your private insurance. 160 million people like their private insurance. And if they don't like it, they can buy into a Medicare-like proposal in my plan. Drug prices go down, premiums go down across the board.
You know what else is crazy? Is like the amount of, because how much they let Biden talk, and then when they get to Tulsi, it's like, so Tulsi, same question for you. Well, I think. Thanks.
All right, thank you, Tulsi.
Elizabeth
All right, we got to go to commercial break. We'll be back with more of the 2019 Democratic debate.
They have him just babbling.
Close to impeach. He's indicted himself. Number two, after he's thrown out of office or after he's defeated, should he be then prosecuted? Should he be prosecuted for?
By the way, throwing out of office. Did you see what happened with Adam Schiff? So, like, the polls came out after the impeachment, which, by the way, I've been saying it since day one is a waste of time. But the polls came out after the impeachment. Vanity Fair. So it wasn't like fucking Fox News polls. It was Vanity Fair did a poll. Politico. And after the impeachment trials, support for impeachment went down 10 points. So now they asked Adam Schiff on CNN. I think it was on Wallace. They asked Adam Schiff on CNN. They were like, so you're going to go through with impeachment? And Adam Schiff, who was crying at the end and said Trump definitely did it, he was like, well, I got to talk to my constituents back home.
Yeah.
I got to actually see what they want me to do.
You're in deep shit.
Because they're fucking panicking. Here, this is Woody here.
We're gonna miss the Biden Wiggers comment.
Oh, well,
the
do
Wiggers
you have the timestamp? Because it's really long.
Yeah, no, it's somewhere towards the middle, but I don't know exactly where.
Absolutely ostracized us from South Korea. He has given North Korea everything they wanted, creating the legitimacy by having a meeting with Kim Jong-un, who's a thug, although he points out that I'm a rabid dog, need to be beaten with a stick.
He's right. Corn Pop, $5. You come to the king, you best not miss. Oh, no, Corn Pop's in the chat.
Shout out to Corn Pop.
Yeah, thank you, Corn Pop. Much appreciated.
Very recently was his comment.
Other than that, you like him.
Other than that, I like him. And when Japan and
when old man Bernie Sanders is the one that's riffing and being quick, like you saw that? You saw old man Bernie was like, pop, 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 pop. Hey, man, I'm here. And then you have Biden and then Trump.
You know, comedy is just natural to us Jews. We invented vaudeville.
This is Woody Harrelson as Biden.
And said, give me the high beams, Vice President Joe Biden.
There's no need to worry anymore. Daddy's here, America. I see you, I hear you, I sniff you, and I hug you from behind.
That's pretty good Biden, right?
Now, as I ask anytime I walk into a room, where am I and what the hell is going on here?
That's a pretty good Biden.
We'd also like to welcome California Senator Kamala Harris.
Oh, okay. Fucking the poop face.
Now, Aaron, that little girl you just introduced, that little girl was me.
Okay, that was pretty funny. I'm not going to play anymore. I don't want to get popped. So you
I didn't do anything. I'll fucking pour words in my mouth.
you